Oi, what's up, mate and mateys? So today we got something pretty cool, and it's inside of this little box that I need to show you guys. And I've been waiting a really long time to make this video. I've tried at least 3 times already, and I think we're finally going to get it right this time. So let's go load up the car and get on this. Starbucks! Alright, so first things first, you're going to notice that in this video, it's different times of the year, and that's because in Pennsylvania, winter doesn't know what it wants to do with itself. So, this video's been shot over the course of a month, because I've been really lazy, and like, when you're being productive, it's easy to stay productive, but when you get lazy, it's a little harder to start. So, I've been shooting bits and pieces of this video, so you'll see it where it's summertime, where there's a little bit of snow, and then right now where it's just like it's currently snowing and there's snow. So, yeah, but today we're doing a little video about what's in that box, and I'm pretty sure that I've said that in 3 different clips. So now you get to see what's in that box, not my wallet. This video is brought to you today by Starbucks. No, I'm just kidding. But let's finally open this thing. You guys ready? Are you ready? Here it comes. You're going to know what's in this box if you're smart and follow me on Instagram and Snapchat at Tim the Toolman. There it is. All the goodness. This here is the Mavic 2 Pro by DJI. Look at how small it is compared to the other one. I'm going to do a side-by-side comparison when I get home, but this thing is awesome so far. Comes with a little tiny remote. Look. Okay, so there's a few big differences between the Phantom 4 Advanced that I'd been using and the Mavic 2 Pro. So, I'm gonna probably get this thing up in the sky, do some clips, and then talk about it. I'll probably just lay my voice over top of the video. So, but the biggest thing, as you can see already, is size. It fits in that little tiny box that I can just throw anywhere, and the other one I had to have a whole book bag for. So, let's go to the skies then, Alright, so, we're finally going to get around to talking about the new drone that I have in this bag and the old one I have in this bag. Well, or box, I guess. The biggest difference between these, as you can see, is size. When I wanted to take this one with me anywhere, I always had to take it separately in my car, or have somebody else take it. As far as usability, if I just only drove my car, it would be perfectly fine. But I like to ride my motorcycle around, sometimes like to go on walks, and carrying this big thing around all the time was not the greatest. And of course, obviously with size comes a little bit more weight too, which isn't really a huge issue, but when you're carrying something for a long period of time, up a hill or something, it kind of wears on you a little bit. So, first things first, we're going to go ahead, we'll open this bad boy up, slap it on the little homemade desk here, then we'll open this one up and we'll get a side by side. So as you can see side by side here, a noticeable size difference. This one folds up to make it nice and compact, and so does the remote. Whereas this one, all solid, the only moving part are the motors with the props on them. I don't have the props on these ones just because I was lazy. Props are on that one because I leave them on it all the time. Let's get into some specifics here. Look at the size difference with the remotes. This one is huge. And now I'm sure there's a reason for that. As far as battery life goes, I don't really charge this one all that often. I can get a number of different flights and full battery flights off with this remote. This remote, on the other hand, out of the entire time that I've owned this drone, I may have only charged it 2 or 3 times, and that's including not only sending a signal to the drone, but also when I have my phone plugged in, it charges my phone as well. So this battery, I don't know the specifics of it. It's a 6,000 milliamp hour, 7.4 volt battery, from what the back says here. If that means anything to anybody, I know it doesn't mean anything to me, but this battery lasts forever for me when I use my drone. The only downside to this is how big and bulky it is, and I really wish I would have had the one with the screen here, but that was too much extra money. When we get down to this one of the first things you'll notice is that there's no joysticks on it. And that's because, for small compact reasons, when you open up the phone holder area, they're tucked inside here. It's right there. I'm sure it's hard to see, but I'll take them out. So they just tuck inside there, and when you go to put them on, just put them in there and screw them down. It's a really awesome feature, and it makes it super convenient in keeping that compact size, which is really nice to carry around. And the reason I talk so much about compact size is I can take this one anywhere with me, wherever I want, and not have to worry about it. I can throw it into my backpack when I go on motorcycle rides. I could basically fit it in my pocket. A remarkable difference compared to this one. Now, when we get into this drone, you'll notice the foldable wings. We unfold all of those, and when you unfold those, it's the true size of what the drone really is. Which, when it's unfolded like that, actually is bigger than this one, dimension-wise. Or at least it appears to be. But man, the Mavic 2 Pro is just a remarkable accessory to any kind of camera kit, I guess. The ability to just pull this out of your backpack and get amazing shots with it whenever you need it is really awesome. And as far as the battery goes, I think you get about the same amount of flight time on this battery as you do with these batteries. I'm not 100% sure. I've never timed how much battery usage I get. I think I might get a little less on this one. It's not too bad though. It's not like a drastic change of like 20 minutes or something like that. Maybe just a few minutes. But I feel like I always need to remember to keep this one charged. The coolest feature about this Mavic 2 Pro is the new camera that they installed. It no longer is this DJI gimbal camera. They've completely redesigned how the gimbal works, what it looks like, and partnered with a very well-known high-end camera company, Hasselblad, to help make this honestly just about as good as it gets. I will get the specs of that for you. Okay, so I have it pulled up here on a spreadsheet. The Mavic 2 Pro has a flight time of 31 minutes, it says, and this one has a flight time of 30 minutes, which I told you they were about the same. Max speed on the both of them is 45 miles an hour. This camera only had the sensors in the front and I believe on the bottom. So for collision avoidance, it's not very good. It's only from flying forward. This one, however, or 6 sensors rather, all the way around it, which makes you able to use the smart features a lot safer. That way you're not running into anything. Or if you want to let somebody fly it, you don't have to worry about them smashing into something big. They both have 1-inch 20 megapixel sensors inside of them for the camera. This one does 4K at 30 frames as well as this one. Again, the big difference is that Hasselblad camera, and that quality stuff definitely comes into play because the video on this and the pictures is a much better quality than this one. Okay, so back to the Phantom, or the Mavic 2. Back to the camera settings on it. You have an adjustable aperture, which is, if you're unfamiliar, the hole inside which lets the light in. And you can go from f2.8, which is open and has a very shallow depth of field, all the way to f11, which is smaller and gives you a wider depth of field for landscapes. So the smaller number, which is more open, would be more like portraits, close-up things when you want to specifically highlight a subject, and the 11 is for landscapes. The 4K video on this camera is very nice. I think they have an updated bitrate from this one, which I'm sure to most of you doesn't mean anything, because it really doesn't mean that whole much to me, except that it makes the video look better. But the main reason I wanted to get this shot was to just show you the incredible size difference. Ultimately, it makes this one more versatile and usable to me because I don't have to lug around a giant hard styrofoam box. Or, I had a backpack for this one. It's still not convenient to carry around, really. This one fits in my pocket. I can put it in my shoe and take it with me. And with a better camera, you can't really beat that. I will throw in some drone footage that I took with this one up on the screen to play out the rest of the video. And as always, bye forever, and thank you guys for watching.